Good afternoon. We are joined by head basketball coach Travis Nichols. Coach, if you could just give us a quick update. I think if I heard correctly, we are now going to be moving to a playoff game this year.
No, we got the word. I believe it was close
Uh-huh.
uh, for us, but the numbers just didn't pan out our way, and we were not able to make it to the playoffs. But
Sure.
to even be considered
Yeah.
uh, in the running to get to the playoffs was just a huge accomplishment for this team and just Mesa in general over the years. If you just look at the history of Mesa basketball, so just to even be in the running is just something huge for us.
Absolutely. And you know what a year it has been. You and I having offline conversations at the beginning of the year of how, a complete team we're going to be fielding this year. Right. And then obviously with some of the way the cards turned out for us and wasn't necessarily so, 15 and 13 overall. From, as I mentioned, having a complete team to unfortunately some of our absolute key players going down with injuries. If I were to ask you to describe the season in one word, what would that be?
Challenging.
Yeah.
Very challenging just because of just injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we'll get past what the team was supposed to look like in the
Sure.
beginning of the season, but just the challenges of the injuries. It just over time, we were just trying to get to the finish line,
Sure.
and I'm just so proud of the guys because within trying to get to the finish line, we were still able to win some key games, and it was just beautiful to watch. And I'm just saying to myself and our coaching staff was like, how did we do this? How did we pull this off?
Yeah.
But the people on the outside who just didn't know all the things that
Mm-hmm.
these young men were going through is once we do pull people to the side and they ask us some questions, and they're like, "Wow, that's what you." Yes, that's what was going on. But I'm just so proud of these young men and just the challenges we had
Mm-hmm.
as a team. And again, it was just more just based off just their bodies and just over time. I have guards who are
Mm-hmm.
going up against these big post players and banging their bodies and
Yeah.
trying to rebound and just day in and day. It just starts to overwhelm them towards the end.
Absolutely. And I think that's there's a couple of things there. One, that's kudos to the coaching staff. Having to design in a way how to play more team ball, more team defense, right? And also kudos to the players for accepting not necessarily sometimes their role, but willing to kind of push that aside and be able to do what is asked of them. And sometimes there's a lot of personalities, right? There's a lot of, at times there's selfishness in basketball, right? Because and especially at our level, at the JUCO level, where people play to get tape, to be seen, to get the points per game, and for all your players to accept what you have asked for them is an amazing thing to see throughout the year.
So true. And don't get me wrong, we did lose some players because some
Yeah.
players didn't they didn't like that role.
Mhm.
They didn't like hearing player positions, even though there was really no positions. But some felt that they were playing in the post, some felt this, some felt that.
Mhm.
So we did lose some players down the stretch, but the team that ended the season, that was the team we were meant to have. And, that was these were our guys, and again, they gave us everything they had.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things you just have to be ready, right? You
Right.
have to be ready what's asked for. Hey, yeah, it's a bittersweet ending, right? Obviously how this year ended, not being able to move to the playoffs, but even more important, it's one of those things that it's great to see the players in a sense matriculating, going to the next level next season. Especially at the junior college level. Let's talk a little bit about the sophomores that we have. Pate, Riley, Woodall, Taylor. Tell me a little bit about each of these guys and some of the special elements that they brought to the table every day. And if you can, what will you miss about these guys and what they brought to the team?
Well, all of them were had a great sense of humor.
Mhm.
Riley, for one, a lot of people wouldn't think that he had a sense of humor, but just a great young man. He had jokes. He kept you just a great teammate.
Mhm.
I'm going to miss his presence because he was just that teammate. He was there early.
Mhm.
He did all the right things that we asked of him. So just to see the warmth of what he has just as a person, gentle
Mhm.
person. I'm definitely going to miss that. That was just great to have around the team. He complimented us just so well. Javen, a young man that was with us for the long haul. He had so many ups and downs. Again, just with injuries. Uh,
Mhm.
uh, uh, just the physical battles he had, but he stuck it out. Academically, he kept getting better. Him as a person again, just another guy who um, will have you cracking up if some of the things that he will say and some of the things that he would do will light up a room when he comes into, that's Jaden, but just a great young man. Pate, Pate was the laid back guy. He's one that didn't say too much.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he was just a laid back, smooth guy. We call Pate smooth, just a smooth guy. He uh, he will walk to the beat of his own drum,
Sure.
but again, just a great teammate. He was one. He gave his all on the floor, but also in the classroom too. Great. Pate was just a great student and just uh, something you look for in a Mesa player just
Mhm.
overall. He's that guy. He's that
Mhm.
poster guy of what a Mesa player should, how he should act and how he should carry himself.
Mhm.
And Duran, he was one of our big recruits to come to Mesa, and we call him the little LeBron James. Well, he
Mhm.
called himself that a few times, but he was just a great young man to be around. He would tease the freshmen and want to get them better, and he had his own jokes and he walked to the beat of his own drum too.
Sure.
He would move slow and we're like, come on, Dron, come on. But it was just
Mhm.
him. He was just another smooth guy, and he came back and just did some great things uh, for himself, just personally, just great things in basketball. But
Mhm.
he survived COVID with us.
Mhm.
And I have to go back to that. Javen, Duran, Riley,
Mhm.
these were all guys that was with us during COVID.
Sure.
So we all went through some things together, but we stayed as a family, and we're just going to miss all of them. We love
Absolutely.
we love them dearly, and they know that, and they heard it all the time. So them leaving us feeling loved was just a great thing for myself and our coaching staff.
Absolutely. And I can't, stress enough and emphasize just how an amazing job your coaching staff has done to lead Coach Walton yourself of how keeping these young men pushing forward. And again, the last 2.5, 3 years has been there have been times where we don't even know what was happening tomorrow, right? And then to a cancellation to trying to figure out when can you practice and but to be able to keep these guys on that track is something to be applauded for. We talked a little. You talked a little bit about Duran. We can't just talk enough about him. Led the team with points per game at 21.1 per game. As you mentioned, a team leader in more ways than one. Do
Right.
we know without letting the cat out of the bag, obviously, because there's obviously timing. Do we know where he's headed yet? Do we know what the next plans are? Something that you can tell us what's going to be happening within the next couple of years.
No, not yet. He has coaches that are
Mhm.
contacting us, so I believe for Duran, it's going to be he wants to be in a place that is good for him. So
Got it.
it will be his decision of
Sure.
uh, some of these options that are on the table for him. If he wants to attend these schools, he's a his family is really close to him, so
Mhm.
I would think he would want a place to where his family can come and watch him play. So
Mhm.
it will come down to Duran and just
Where he
his
wants to go.
decision to think about his family.
Got it. All right, it's never too start. it's never too early to start talking about next season. I'm going to ask you two questions. First one's going to be, what did you learn about your team this season, especially the players that are coming back? What did they tell you, or what are they somewhat foreshadowing that the type of team you're going to have next season? And second part of that question is, do you think that having to be a little bit more creative this season has made you a better coach, and at the same time would possibly give the team a new dimension next season?
Most definitely, this season was a test for our coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one with lots of patience. I have a lot of patience, but this, again, coming from COVID and just everything, just my understanding, my sensitivity to the players, it heightened during all of this, and just the adjustments. So it made me a better coach, to where there was no A and B. There had to be a C, D, E, F, G. Oh, I mean, we had to go down the alphabet for practice, for games, for any scenario that could happen. This person can't play because of this. I mean, it truly helped us as a coaching staff. And what I take from this is, I know now that at any given time, myself and our coaching staff, we can make those quick adjustments. And that's what it's about. I've seen some coaches, I'm just going to stick with it. And even if it doesn't work, this is what we're going to know. No, I know by the time the ball is tossed, if something does not look right, all right, we have to change some things. We have to change some things right now. And don't be scared to change things. So a lot of times I think coaches, they get scared. They go in with a game plan and say, no, I'm just going to stick with it, because they're scared of what the other outcome may be. Some of the teams that we beat, and some of these big teams that we beat, is because we changed our game plan.
Sure.
And it just worked for us. So we're going to take that with us as a coaching staff. And for some of the young men that we do have coming back, they have a fight in them. That's what you want from every player that comes into your program. You want them to have this sense of where we don't have to constantly motivate them to be ready to play. We have guys like Steve Stinson. You do not have to motivate this young man to play. He's going to come out there every night and give you everything that he has. And it's just something beautiful to watch, to where I can just sit back at times. And there was times during the game, he's like, Coach, I see something. Do you mind if I go ahead and go? Go right ahead, young man. Go right ahead. And he would do his thing. And again, it was just something great to watch. So I like that from basketball players that come into our program, that I can to do some of the right things, and that's what I want to continue to do.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you for your time again.
But Bo, I have to say one thing before we go. We do not know the last time a Mesa team finished the conference in third place. So I don't want to sugarcoat that. I don't want to push that to the side. These young men with, I believe, no one over 6'5" or close to 6'6".
Yeah.
We finished third in a conference that was really good. So I just want
big conference.
Yes. Conference. I want to congratulate them. I want everyone to know that this is huge for the Mesa basketball program, huge for the school, and we just want to build off that. But I want everyone to understand how big that is for Mesa to finish third, and to even be in talks to be in a playoff. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things that, again, it's just the overall job that yourself, Talib, Adam, this year, you and I have talked offline a couple of times, where, scratching your head, like, I don't know how to do this, but every single time you guys figured out a way. And again, similar to the game against Palomar at Palomar, you have people around you that you trust. You trusted Coach Talib to call that last play, to design that last play, and your team executed. And I can't stress enough and emphasize how great of a coaching staff you guys have, and how amazing each and every single one of your players put the ego aside.
Yes,
and
they
said,
did.
you know what, let's cohesively come as a team. This is bigger than just myself. And that's something to be applauded. So again, congratulations on an amazing year. It's looking forward to next season, and hopefully we stay healthy throughout. And I have a feeling this program is going to be making quite a bit of noise going into next season, especially considering what you guys have done. You guys definitely have served notice within the conference. And again, I just want to point out again, one more thing is, if I recall, the scores throughout, with the exception of 2, maybe 3 games, the scores were right there. There were games where it was a point here or there, and we can go to the last game at Grossmont, and how I don't want to get into officiating or anything by any means.
Oh, Bo, don't, Bo, Bo,
we're not going there.
Bo, and I will say about the last game too, and I won't discuss the officials, but Pate, what people didn't know is he had a bad hamstring. So we didn't even start him, and we did our best to keep him on the bench, and we thought that we can use him, and he was like, "Coach, I want to get in," but we realized, this old Chevy, we tried to crank it and keep it going, but having 2 of our best rebounders, which are guards, Deron pretty much playing on one knee, and Pate with a hamstring, we got killed on the boards, and the game went to the wire, and we know what happened. We know what happened. We know what happened there.
Well, maybe we should end our conversation now before you and I get in trouble. But again, Coach, thank you for your time. Job well done. Please tell the coaching staff how proud we are of you. And you know what? Let's go get him next season.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Awesome. Thanks, Travis.
All right. Bye-bye.